So here's another episode exposing the lies about Prophet Muhammad, using me as a way to show you how his abilities that were supernatural are gonna obviously now show you he's just like other great prophets like Solomon, who obviously people believe, for example, in Islam that he had power over demons, animals and pests like that. He could control them. I think it was just demons, sorry. And then right other prophets like Jesus rising the dead, like that, all these cool qualities. Again, the power is from God, right? But they're still supernatural, like an angel would be, right? He gave you an ability that's supernatural. Our Prophet Muhammad has had that stolen from him as if he has no abilities, as if he was just a regular fake character over there, right? That they created out of him that just went to battles every day. And that's actually the most important thing about this prophet that separates him from other prophets that will help you know that he was accused. Exactly, because all other prophets, you don't hear about war. Even Noah, he just left, all right? He didn't kill those people. God did it. So it's like the times that God is not killing anyone in that sense, but the prophet actually has a supernatural ability, and maybe he prays a certain way or she prays a certain way. I believe there has to be women prophets. That is then accused of being just a cool supernatural event God Himself just randomly did, like a tornado. Instead of an ability He gave a prophet, still God's power, right? But at least some ability He gave them, so that then you don't respect this one, you only respect the other prophet. Demons like to push, right? You against each other like that. And then two, exactly, all of them at least have some cool stories, except for Prophet Muhammad. He's just been diminished as if he was a regular male and everyone else was cool and supernatural. Okay, here's how demons did it. The fact that we all are very confused about why there's so many wars and battles in his time is because that's the corruption. One, all prophets are supernatural. They're powerful, including Mahdi of the future. They're not an imam, and our prophet is not the last messenger. The world is not over yet. Evil is not over yet. Quran is corrupted, so we need another prophet. Okay, the ones who are saying there's no such thing as corruption are the hypocrites. They're the ones that are gonna have to be killed soon. So that's why, right? This prophet is warning you about Mahdi. They're telling you Mahdi is coming. They're telling you Mahdi is coming. Just like, right? Jesus told you Ahmed is coming, which is Muhammad. Every prophet has to tell you another prophet is coming. They're not going to tell you some nice person is coming who's also a leader. No, that's not rational. They only tell you another one just like them is coming. Okay, that's your other evidence Mahdi is a prophet. Okay, the other one is exactly there's evil in religion, perversion, sexism, and filth is in it. Okay, that's your other evidence there's corruption. God is not a pervert. He doesn't tell you to dishonor yourself and be oppressed and weak and dumb like Islam says or Christianity. These two books are corrupted. Okay, so here's the way that then this prophet, since every prophet, their life is a bit unique, the demonic persecution is the same for all of them for like 30 something years. They're followed by demons. Okay, it's not directed at them. Evil is happening around them, yes. But God is the one making them go through it, not demons. Demons are weaker than prophets, and humans are weaker than prophets. Therefore, humans and demons never work together, such as by them possessing a human. And they never tried to kill a prophet. They never tried to do anything. It's fake. It's just God's way of making them be possessed to be bad around the prophet. So prophets learn what's wrong with the humans and the demons that they came to preach to. Correct? You came to tell these people, right? Hey, repent, etc. So it's like you're being shown what's wrong with them, but you being I'm sorry, they're being blind of you. They don't know who you are. They possess, they come to the environment, they act crazy around you. Now you know who they are. So I have learned the same thing, therefore. I now can tell you who's a rapist, who's a molester, who's a murderer. I actually know what sins humans have committed now. Okay, they have distinct energy. Something's telling me that is supernatural what they've done. I know their demon is showing it, right? That has happened due to sensitization. I see them every day, and they just look normal to that person to some degree. Okay, you know they're creepy. You wouldn't say they're a nice person, but you don't know, right? Like that. Okay, that's what the demonic persecution is also doing. So no one, including me, right, is being persecuted by actual humans or demons. That we're supernatural. You cannot persecute us. All these things, God is making you do it so that we learn things. And He personally is testing us with it. Since we're strong, it's not rational for humans to misbehave around us. It's not rational for me to go to jail and be harassed because exactly, I'm supernatural. My prophets are supernatural. You cannot lock them up. God puts us in these situations so we learn things, such as, right, obviously you came to bring justice. You're going to obviously go into environments that have absolutely no justice, like jails, prisons, mental hospitals. God, therefore, always you hear about prophets usually going through those places. Okay, so other prophets, you maybe don't hear them, like a prophet called Dhul Qarnayn, right? You just hear about how they created this invisible, powerful, supernatural wall that is blocking Gog and Magog right now from coming out into the world. Like that, no one knows where that place is. Like that, you hear about these men going into this island where they met the beast of the earth, where they, and I'm sure they didn't meet the beast of the earth, they met the Jel, the Antichrist. Sorry, not the beast of the earth, they met the Antichrist. Those are not regular males. Or I believe those were prophets also, but their story is corrupted. That was probably our prophet Muhammad. That's what I'm saying. It's like sometimes the people who you're hearing cool supernatural stories about, and you'll be like, that's not rational if they're a regular person. Exactly, that story belongs to a prophet. So that's how demons flip things away from how great a prophet would be. They tell you some other person had their experience or situation, and then they tell you the qualities that do not belong to them, right? Such as being killed, being abused, or anything like that. They tell you that happened to them. That's a lie. It's just God who puts you in small level suffering, like going to jail, being accused, being harassed. But that's only happening when people don't know who you are. See, so it doesn't even matter in that sense. They don't even know who you are. They're not doing it to an actual prophet. That's when they don't see any propheticness in you. It's just the person they see. You know, you're young, you're just growing up. Okay, and they're not doing that to you either. And two, how could they? They don't have anything against you. They don't know you, correct? Okay, so that's how you know God is putting them through it, and demons are possessing those humans, and humans personally don't target anybody that's a prophet, okay? Okay, but demons are obedient to prophets and they're weaker than prophets, so they're not doing it either. It's just a program God set to teach them things. One of those things is how to pray in order that they start to naturally discover their own abilities. And okay, one of the abilities that I have discovered is also similar to Prophet Muhammad. So the way that I'm being guided to live my life and attack these demons who are possessing evil, filthy humans coming to my cities, my whole city becomes like a nasty, dark, nasty energy. All the when I say nasty, everyone, I mean like the males who walk around, almost 90 something, 80, I'm sure they've all committed rape. No, I don't know where they're bringing these humans from, but they're finding them all across the state and all across the cities and they're bringing them. That's how I learn. Earlier in my life, I saw the nice people, the normal people, etc. It's not 24/7, right? Because I'm learning something. It's not to torture you. So at some point, we see the humans that are just living this life, enjoying themselves, right? Roaming around freely, but they have committed crimes you need to kill them for. Okay, so we get to do some justice. I get to pray in a way God finally takes them out. That's the other quality of a prophet. My prayer is not a regular prayer. The Bible teaches you to command things. Excellent, yes, but this is the other type of command that Prophet Muhammad and others would have, right? Like they can actually command a demon, and the demon actually is obedient. Come on, regular humans can't have such power, correct? Okay, so that's their supernatural ability. Okay, so I've just discovered that that's something God is teaching me and guiding me to randomly start to think about. Like it just happens. I don't know how it happens. I'll tell you how it happens. God brings a specific type of demon to the environment, possessing a specific type of filthy human. So let's pick one. Let's pick the most heinous. Males who are very, very harmful. The rapists, like, right? The highly harmful pervert. Okay, finally, and right when I see that, okay, God doesn't let me just ignore them. I can't. You get me? I'm seeing their energy. I'm seeing their sin. I'm seeing their feelings and thoughts. I'm seeing like that things you cannot see. I have that knowledge of that supernatural stuff. Okay, so for that reason, I can separate them from a good person. It's easy for me now because they're also being possessed to come to the environment and be evil around my environment. They just don't know who I am, right? Now that anger boils up. I command the demon to leave. They don't leave like that. God won't let them leave sometimes because exactly it's like I'm being pushed to use an ability that I have, but I don't know it. You know, when people say, well, you know how people make cartoon characters and cartoons are supernatural, for example, and the cartoon character may not know they have a power, but then they maybe are put in a bad situation and boom, they just all of a sudden like that have that power now like that. It's like I have the abilities, but I don't know where they are in me. It's like I have to see situations that anger me where I want to bring justice to the situation. I'm not God. I don't know how to get these filthy human beings off this earth, correct? It's like then I'm being pushed to see them so much that now I want to curse them in a way that, whoa, I just learned a new way to pray like that. But it's not just a prayer. For me, it's actually going to happen. It's a command because I was given that authority or command over creations. So that means I have authority over mankind. If I command certain things, it's going to happen. I can command all species, they're going to obey it. It's not you, regular human beings. Okay, you don't have that power. That'd be dangerous anyway. And then, two, exactly, it's not something that evil humans can take advantage of and be like, oh, that sounds cool. The person said they command A, B, C. No. What the hell? This is from God, okay? So evil humans cannot, right, take what I tell you and exactly try to use it against you. No, no one is a power. Okay, so God has to give it to you. So don't worry about it. It cannot be manipulated. The way evil manipulates, obviously, is they use witchcraft, right? They possess humans, possess situations, environments. That's how they do evil. It's like the opposite for us. Okay, a supernatural prophet is the one that God will give such abilities to command things in a way that at the whole building will be commanded to do something. The building will do it. It's not even living. So, right, I observe this perverted, nasty males. God keeps bringing them to my environments. They usually come to places that you would say exactly children would be in, libraries, parks. You get me? So God even lets me see them in places that um, I'm seeing there's a pattern. Wait a minute. They're looking for specific environments they don't belong in. They're not going to clubs and bars. So, okay. And again, it doesn't matter, right? I'm the one in these places. I'm the one who, when I'm traveling, I'm the one who just goes to libraries and Barnes and Nobles throughout the day. That's how I was when I was traveling before. And then, okay, at night, maybe I go to hotels like that. It's me who's in these environments. Anyway, they have to be brought there. But still, see, God is still doing it in a way where I am seeing where they normally are starting to come to lately, exactly in order to cause chaos for this world. And decent people are not coming to these normal places. Okay, so that's then you see, that's the witchcraft, everyone. That's the demons possessing them, bringing them out of places you would say, right? They normally go to, and they're coming to typical daily society. They're coming into your typical city, and they're just roaming around. So all I see is these very harmful, transgressor, perverted, harmful, predatory humans, right? Just roaming around everywhere I go. These cities. In this country and everywhere else. Exactly. And then that's how crime happens. Some are teenagers, they're groups, they're children. Okay. Some you guys have seen it. It's becoming the typical crime you notice. Okay. But for me, everybody, I'm actually seeing what's going on, how dangerous this world has become because we have too much of the rapist. We have too much of this predator, okay? And similar things they do, like molestation, exposing their private parts. Like, I just know who that human is. I know we need to kill them like that, but they roaming around, okay? So then God lets me see them so many times. Not only did I just now discover an ability He gave me as a God, which is I just learned to pray in a way where I'm commanding all creation. I'm commanding everything to crumble in a way and destroy itself in a way. And I have learned it from the demonic persecution. I see how demons are possessing animals, pests, humans, objects, buildings, vehicles. They just drove a vehicle at me many times the past 3 years, right? Oh, no, I'm sorry, past 2 years. They drive vehicles right at me. They cannot kill me or harm me. I'm learning their abilities. God has taught me that, wait a minute, it's not the human who's just possessed, right? It's that the vehicle is also possessed. So that's why when I saw the car, it looked like a person. It looked like something with a living mentality or feelings or thoughts. It's like a living thing or living entity was literally exactly running at you. And it's a car. And that's not rational, correct? Okay. And that explains to Muslims, right, who believe that inanimate objects will speak. This is what it means. I, without even knowing, was praying today in a way that God opens all of you, your eyes, good people, and then others accordingly, right? In a way that you all start to see what I see to some degree, not all of it, because it's not healthy for you. But I've asked God to open your eyes to see the spiritual things in this world, to see the demons in these humans around you, the demons within yourself, the way many of you are being possessed, right? To just come outside, okay, and you're stalking each other as evil human beings. Evil human beings don't know that other human is possessed to stalk somebody. For example, this witchcraft that causes gang stalking, God lets me see it too. That means all prophets, Jesus, Muhammad, all of them had to see gang stalking. We all have to see it. It doesn't mean that's the persecution we go through because, right, regular people go through it. That doesn't make you then a prophet, right? How are you distinct? No, they go through just persecution that basically mixes all types of witchcrafts together. You give me all types of curses. It's like a multitude of evil powers. And one of them, keyword, one of them is gang stalking. Okay, but gang stalking is not the main one. Because exactly, they're prophets and they're just followed to learn other things, right? That God is not going to teach regular humans, right? Because for them is to do their mission. And okay, so it's gonna be just one that they see that no one will see. Okay, but gang stalking, listen very carefully. It's something they see usually at the end. Okay, it's not the main one. Okay, that's because one, we need to expose that it happens to people so victims get their justice. They are accused of being crazy when they tell you, right? People are following them in such a way that you can't even understand. You get me? Okay, but then two, that means that God was showing us these things, prophets and me, all these different types, right, of persecution that happens, gang stalking and others, because that's the way, right? That okay, we learn, wait a minute. Demons are controlling everything. They're controlling the objects. They're even making a tree fall on people and people die. You all think it's just nature. No, it's not. Okay, a lot of these things that are just randomly happening, correct? Except things like tornadoes that God created, that God can do only. Humans, right, are literally being made to come out into certain neighborhoods, cities, without even knowing, and they're being used simultaneously to terrorize one person. They're evil. They know what they came out to do, yes, but they don't know those 20 other driving vehicles next to them are also stalkers. They don't know. Like that. So do you see what I'm saying? So I'm basically praying in a way that all creation see that they're being used, and that the other one, no, I'm sorry, not that they're being used. They know they're being used. That the other ones around their environment are also the same as them. That they're evildoers like you. You know, and that they work against each other instead of what you would think they would then do, right? Work together. Okay, so you're gonna start to see gang stalkers and others finally becoming what they're supposed to be: scared, anxious, worried, run away from you, run away from each other. Okay, that's one way I prayed, right? All human beings who are being used against one person, etc., they all start to work against each other in ways that you cannot understand. I won't describe my prayers to you. I'll just tell you what the prayers, the basic things they were saying. Okay, a God has made me see birds being possessed in ways that is so extreme to me. I've seen dogs and cats and others being possessed, but they're usually not a big deal. But the birds, demons are using them in such an extreme high level percentage. They really use birds a lot, okay? So I pray to God that He finally sets the time right now that He does not give demons permission anymore to possess animals and pests. We need them free. Evil humans, that right, we're not gonna say they shouldn't be, but that's different. We're just gonna curse them where the possession hurts them, right, instead of hurting others. But we need animals. You would agree it's not fair. We need animals and pets to be free from demonic possession. We need buildings and vehicles and these things that are important to us as a civilization and is dangerous to us. We need them to stop possessing them. They're possessing them. They're putting witchcraft on them. That's why people tell you they hear wall cracks and weird things and it's not rational. And okay, they see shadows and so. I've seen it myself. Something moves and I don't know what it is. I put my head up and there's nothing there. I've seen bags and things just rolling around on the ground. It's like they have a personality, and it's like they stand up and whoa. I'm seeing the things that sometimes YouTube videos people tell you is paranormal activity. These are they're tormenting us. So then that's another reason why God sends you a prophet. It's like when things get too extreme like this, everybody, and you would agree it's rational, right? These things are supernatural. You can't stop it with physical things, and humans don't have the spiritual abilities, correct? A prophet, that's your evidence they're powerful. That's your evidence, therefore, you cannot kill them. That's your evidence you're not persecuting them. That's your evidence they're supernatural. That's your evidence the reason they're supernatural is to deal with supernatural things. Therefore, they're just created to stop evil and be a hero in that way. Okay. That's your evidence. Then anything that goes against them being powerful is accusation. It's falsehood, it's lies. Anything that goes against them being powerful, it's lies. Anything that goes against them being righteous and pure and innocent is lies. That's your evidence. Because when things get this nasty and creepy and dangerous, and only people who are a little bit spiritually awake who can see these horrible things, and others don't see it sadly. You just might see too much crime. That one is easy for you to see. That's when prophets are sent randomly. So you cannot be like they're just random person, right? Just a random imam or leader. Because why are you being sent in this time? right? If everything's being caused by demons and you can't see them and you don't know how to stop them, that's the evidence. Therefore, they're powerful and they're supernatural, and the power is because they're supernatural, right? Not someone with a sword who's just a regular male. No, supernatural. So then what else does that then tell you? Exactly, they don't go to war. They don't fight with you physically. One, because they're stronger than you. Two, you can't do it. You're scared of them. It's only, I told you, during the persecution, people are just blind. They're not directing anything at the prophet. They're not directing anything at me. These humans who are possessed. It's like that's just how I learn what type of humans are in this world who need to die. What type of evil they do. You get me? It's like their brain is taken away, as if I'm not standing outside that day, and they're just gonna come outside everyone and walk in the sidewalk as if exactly I'm not there. And they're just gonna walk with their same emotions and thoughts and evil. They're gonna stare at people like that. It's like they're the only one in the world or something. They're just gonna operate as if they're by themselves. And now you agree I can truly study them? You agree if you don't know who I am, I can study you? If you don't know I'm watching you, I can study you? Because you're going to be comfortable to be whatever you are, good or evil. So that's why. But at some point, we see it. At some point, maybe they stand in front of you and say something like that. So then that's how demons accuse it as if it was directed at us. No, it's not. God just wants us to see that. He wants us to see them say those types of words. You get me? Get in your personal space, because then that's the other way we learn these behaviors, right? We wouldn't know these are also evil things that cause spiritual things. You know, we wouldn't know that these are spiritual attacks also. If God doesn't maybe blind them and make them stand in front of that prophet and they say something evil, as if, get it, as if they're saying it to the person, but they're not. Because that's then how the prophet now learns, including me, how I learn. Wait a minute, you just put a curse on me. Like that, how would I even know that was spiritual in the first place? How would I know when they all like to crowd you, when they gang stalk you? That exactly is not just perversion and to harass you and to make you leave every place you want to go to. It's also exactly by getting so close to you, they're zapping your energy. You feel depleted. And that's why you start to get angry. It's not your own emotion. It's like a very demonic type of anger comes over you. Ugh, you know, you don't understand what's going on. You start to cuss God, who knows? It's not your feelings. So you see, it's like to some degree, God lets them do things that is fake dominant. It's not possible. You can't do that to someone stronger than you, because that's just a little bit, right? He won't make them go too far. That's a little bit of how we learn, wait a minute, right? These are the things you're using that look normal to others. You just pass by somebody and that person might just feel irritated because, right, you got too close and they forget about it. Okay, but that person doesn't know now you just got cursed. They did something really evil to you. You know what I mean? Your whole day is going to be ruined. Like that. I wouldn't know that if God doesn't let me see that. So that they're also made to crowd me, get close to me. Okay? And okay, so it's very stressful, you know. But at the end of a prophet's life, they do become that powerful, cartoon-like supernatural person who has abilities you cannot understand. They commanding everything. Everyone's scared. That's your lifetime. You're gonna always know they're powerful, and those characters are fake in Islam and Christianity and other religions that are either immoral or weak or just portrayed as just a regular human like that. But it's just that then the people after you won't know, because corruption enters again, lies enter again. But see, it's okay, because then another prophet will remove it. Okay, it's just a trial. It's a trial for them too and for me, because exactly why should God allow lies against us, right? That dishonors who we are. If you're a tree, you want God to treat you as a tree, right? If you're a bird, you want God to treat you as a bird. So we all want to be treated as the supernatural beings we are. But God allows corruption for some 100 years or some years to happen where we're being accused of opposite of who we are in strength, in abilities, in character, and everything else. Even the details of how pretty you were and what your race was, what your gender was, where you came from, who gave birth to you, where you came from, what city, what state, what country, including the details of your beauty, your health. Everything is accused. Okay, it's the opposite of what it was. Okay, so here's what it is. When I was praying, I prayed in a way where I started to get the point. You know what I mean? I started to get the point. Wait a minute. Demons are literally getting away with so much evil right now, and there's no evidence. That creepy male is possessed to come to the same environment, stalking people, right? Their demon is bothering me in that sense, right? Since they're made to follow me in that sense, right? So I learn how they follow others. And then, okay, this other human is it like that. The way they're just getting away with it. right? They're just pretending to be nice people on their phone, but these are dangerous predators. These are very evil human beings. They pretend to look like normal, nice people. Whoa, you get me? So I'm observing how they're getting away with stalking people, terrorizing people, causing them a lot of psychological torture. Because, right, it's spiritual things, is invisible. That person knows it, but everyone doesn't, like that. And then the other thing they do, which they separate you from good people. Everywhere you go, bad people are always around you when they're bothering you or stalking you or gang stalking you or any other way. Okay. And just the way that then they're doing that globally, right? The way they just, that person has a nice life. Okay, fine. But then they don't have their correct spouse, right? Demons are trying to send them a filthy person. Like every area demons attack it. Do you guys agree? If you know anything about demons, they attack every part of life. So I observe the way that these humans are possessed to be around me all day. Exactly. And I prayed that one, God erases it. Erase it. And then two, replace it with what they're stealing from us, or reality. I call reality the way that our world would have been for every individual human, the way your reality would have been. The way, right, humans would have behaved and treated you and acted around you accordingly, right? And then all evil human beings, the way they would have treated good people with fear, right? They'd be scared of good people because the consciousness is gone for humans who are possessed to do gang stalking and other spiritual attacks. They don't have consciousness. It's like a dead person. Because the consciousness is gone, someone who's way stronger than them, they'll be possessed to come near them and try to touch them. See, that is truly demonic, right? That's very evil. So that's what I mean by God gave demons power. Do you guys agree with me now? Because you can possess a human to act fake dominant around someone, touch someone, bother someone, harass someone, approach someone, act perverted. But this human is stronger than you and can kill you. You see what I mean? It's so evil to that human, therefore. They're saying to God, but my Lord, I'm not weak. And that human could never bother me. Why? They're going to go crazy. Okay. So I'm praying that exactly everything that's causing them to use the weakest of God's creation, because whoever is evil is obviously weak. Specifically, the perverted male, he's very weak male. Whatever powers demons are putting on him, that is making him walk around as if he's a big, tough, scary predator. And I swear by God's name, everybody, you don't see it, but that is going to hit the person they're targeting. Okay, that is going to hit whoever he's bothering, even if it's just to be rude. Some witchcraft enters those people that is trying to portray him as sort of, you get me, like difficult or stressful to deal with, instead of the way they normally would see a pervert and chase them off the earth. I'll kill you if I see you like that. So you get me? Strong people are strong people, yes, but evil is out there that is actually putting emotions and thoughts in you, that's trying to portray perverts and others as if they're actually not scared of you, as if they're actually big tough shots. So I'm asking God to remove that, erase it. Let them be the way their reality they would be. Their reality. They would run from us. They would run from normal humans. They'd be scared. When they go to libraries, everyone would look at them. Their self-consciousness is gone. They just literally are. It's like a bubble is protecting them. No one ever treats them like the evil human they are. But a few years ago, many humans would tell you that person is a pervert. They look at their creepy energy. We would all recognize. Now it's like good people are being chased across the earth. It's like we are the ones avoiding them because they're all just coming out and acting crazy and criminal wherever you go. You don't get to be yourself. Therefore, it's not a fair battle because they're using spiritual attacks. Correct? It's not that they're strong. No, they're using spiritual weapons. It's not fair. We don't have anything. So I'm using the spiritual attacks on your behalf. I get to do that for all of you who don't know how to deal with that. So you're going to finally, if you're a healthy, good, if you're a good person, you're going to go outside. Now, when you see that pervert that used to come outside and act as if he's actually targeting you when he's not, he's scared of you, whatever power demons put on him to project himself as fake dominant, fake fearless, and fake confident is taken away. There's no more deadness. There's consciousness now. The consciousness they took away from these evil humans, mentally ill and homeless that keeps roaming around our cities. Now they're going to finally have consciousness. The fear God created them to have, right, as evil and weak human beings, they're going to have that fear finally and get away from you, actual strong people, which is good people, and then from each other in that just way, right? They're not strong, right? That's not the reason they're running away from each other. But okay, evil should always run away when it is the one being evil that moment from the other evil one, correct? I prayed in a way that I'm praying that God brings justice, that he starts to, I started the command. I'm sorry, this episode went on way too long. So I started to pray in a way where I was commanding the most dangerous, the most unheard of, even animals we've never heard of, and pests to come out and start working with us to kill these predators wherever they are in this world, and to help us in that way, in that they're no longer possessed and used, but that they start to come out and work with us to get rid of these human beings who are evil that need to die, which is a lot of human beings, okay? So that then instantly hit my heart. Wait a minute. The elephant and the birds that tried, I'm sorry, this evil male called Abraha, they tell you a story in Islam where this male tried to destroy the Kaaba. And I don't believe the Kaaba is from God. So the story is totally different. He just tried to do something else. He was trying to probably kill those Muslims there. Okay. And then our Prophet Muhammad, they tell you something happened, right? Where God Himself, right? Allah, just God Almighty, He basically he sent elephants, birds, rocks, and other animals and other situations only He knows to actually just naturally come out. See where they're gonna come out of, everybody, right? Exactly what divine supernatural decree. They came out and destroyed that army that was evil. See? I don't remember that story in Islam. I actually don't even remember it. And I'm telling you right now, that's demonic, because Muslims don't also remember such a story. All they hear about is these fake, filthy, fake stories of battles. Uhud battle, Badr battle. There's no such thing as a battle. If he's a prophet like Jesus, everyone is going to be like Jesus and Moses. No one went to war. Why should our prophet go to war? He didn't go to war. They don't want you to see that his abilities were that army of animals and birds. I'm sorry, animals and pests. See, that was a supernatural ability. That wasn't just right. God, I don't believe that was God just doing that Himself, because God obviously sometimes just sends punishment. No, I believe that was the ability of Prophet Muhammad. I believe he had the power to command animals and pests and nature and God's creation, right, like a rock, to exactly come and kill evildoers on his behalf. He doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't have to tell Muslims to come to. No, you're a prophet for a reason. It literally means you're not human. Basically, it means you're cool. It means you're supernatural. Why do you gotta fight with someone? You're stronger than them. You're supernatural. So the way you stop evil should be supernatural. Okay, everybody, and that does mean you're actually someone people can rely on and see as someone who's helping them, right? Your power is still from God. We all have to worship God. Don't ever worship the prophet, but you get what I'm saying. So you see, we all know that story about our prophet, but it never ever gets talked about because that's demonic. Demons make us forget it. So I'm telling you right now, I didn't think about it and then do that. No, I see demons every day. I curse them all the time, every day, and it becomes a unique, random ability I have. Wait a minute, I just developed a new ability. That's how God just teaches me what my abilities are. Okay, but for some reason I've noticed they're very similar to Prophet Muhammad. But then too, specifically, just a few days ago, I saw that an AI video of abraha, right? His army being killed by those elephants and birds and those rocks coming literally from nowhere and just bit destroyed. And you see, then I didn't say to myself, oh, I'll pray that something like that. I didn't say that. I just moved on, okay? Then today, I wake up, I come to this public environment, I see this type of rapist like male. And okay, I just don't know how to breathe and live anymore. I need them to be killed. I need these types of humans to go away. Obviously, the female would have ones that are very evil, that are transgressor in her own way. Okay, but for the male, because of the way evil operates within them, if we had to tell you what evil is, right, the problem in males is this type of one that harms the body, the rapist, the molester. Okay, that's the only evil. If God ever gave me a choice to get rid of evil, I would just ask Him to erase perversion from us. Just please don't create this filth. So that's all I see, everybody, and that's all I want to get rid of, and I don't know how. I don't know what to do for you. Okay, randomly, I couldn't ignore this evil human and their demon, especially the way they just acting, oh, cocky, right? Oh, fake dominant. And they literally, the moment I started to command their demon to leave that environment, they would stand in a way, and I could see perversion coming out of his private parts. I swear by God's name, they are putting witchcraft on you. as human beings, using their private parts, using their body. They point their body in certain angles. They stand creepy and weird, and they're actually sending witchcraft and other spiritual attacks to God's creation. That's how you start to get intrusive thoughts or filthy thoughts, and you're a good person that doesn't belong to. Okay, so the more I command this evil human and their demon to leave, the worse they get. The more fake dominant they act. But see, to everybody else, they look like they're just on their phone. I see what's really going on. Okay, right? And I see they're very harmful to this environment. And I see other ones just like them coming out. They don't know each other. There's just too many of them. And they seem to come out to get like that. So then I said to my Lord, we're commanding all your creations, right? And we're cursing others and cursing certain things. I'm not going to be specific with you, okay, how I prayed. Where basically the opposite happens, everyone. The way demons bring complete strangers together who are filthy, who are predators, who are harmful, who are criminals, and they pretend to be normal people, mind them, and you don't even know the entire city is under attack, right? And they hide the criminals and they hide the predators and those who are trafficking humans, and the evil ones are taking over churches and mosques, and our world is destroyed, and perverts are taking over. And they're connecting it to God, and you don't even know who to go to anymore. You can't even go to God. I prayed in a way where the complete opposite, and I describe it for hours, the complete opposite starts to happen. That is erased, but then replaced with the complete opposite equilibrium. The good is working together instead. The good Muslims finally separate themselves, become their own groups, and separate from this Islam. And they're ready, therefore, for Mahdi. And the evil ones are exposed. And the evil ones, they actually point at them and say, you hypocrite, you're the one Allah told us about. You're the one God told us about. You perverts, right? And that God opens spiritual eyes of everybody. He opens all of them spiritually. And you guys can see a little bit of what I see, to what is healthy for you and safe for you. And you can see the average human passing you by every day you go outside is not actually shopping and walking. They're predators, and they're walking and working for demons. Okay? And I also ask God to put a mark on his creation. That all evil human beings, there's a mark on them. You, all human beings, the evil and the good, just know they're evil. The animals and the pests, they know they're evil. You know that one is good, etc. And that within the animals, within the pests, that you all know also who's good and who's evil. And wait a minute, I started to randomly think about how, right? And then I would start to just randomly think about how demons have tortured me. See, this is how I thought about it. It wasn't the abraha story. I just randomly thought about how many times demons use pests to crawl on me and terrorize me. You see, they're possessing them, they put witchcraft on them, and pests just terrorize me. That environment, everyone else, pests don't bother them. It's a park, for example, or a nice building. It doesn't matter. Pests will come to me and torture me. See? So I'm seeing how they have power over animals and pests and in the environment, right? Like a building, nature, right? Like trees, the ground, everything there. And not the ground, but just sort of the down, right? The sort of pavement is made by humans. And I'm saying to myself, wait a minute, they're using everything against us, living and non-living. And I personally experienced it, right? Things happening like that, even trees falling near my environment like that. And I started to ask God, right, that we're commanding these same things, all right? One, we're asking God to bring down, right? We can't just tell them what to do, right? It's not rational. Where did they get the power, right? We're asking God, one, to bring the power to them so they can actually obey this. Okay, and then I'm commanding them to look for these predators wherever they are. That pests and animals find them and kill them and push them out of the earth. Hide them from us. We don't even know where they were killed. We can never even see you. You're finished. Every rapist, molester, find them. And then my mind is now being guided. But how are animals going to know that? How are these good? How? And I said to God, my Lord, we ask you to put a mark on them. Put a mark on them. See, this is how God just guides me. Just think about it. Put a mark on them, right? Where now the animal knows, kill this one, leave that good one alone. And the other human is evil, yes, but they're not someone that needs to die. They're just toxic. They're not right or evil. We don't need to, like that. And okay, in order for that to happen, I asked God to release animals and pests from demonic control. Buildings and environments and things they should not be possessing, right? Please release them. And that the demonic possession they have over evil humans, right? That only hurts the evil human in a moral way. See, in a moral way where it just makes their life they just get into punishment. versus exactly something evil happening to them. You get me? Evil happening to them also. No. And we're replacing their life, right? Instead of them living, we're replacing that with good people living instead. That demons are causing disease and illness and terrorizing them and pushing them to suicide and trying to kill them some other way. I'm also asking God to save the lives of good people, right? And even just those toxic human beings who have the right to live, and instead replace the death that demons was setting up for these people, right? Whatever death was supposed to happen, instead it happens to these evil human beings, these transgressors, these ones who need to die in their place. I'm literally erasing evil human beings from us in all these different ways that you can see. I only learned it from demons terrorizing me. So that's another thing the demonic persecution is for, is to show you they're literally using everything against you. But see, you don't know that unless God puts you through the program that only prophets and I go through. You know what I'm saying? You don't know they have this much power and control. So then by observing it, by seeing how they use pests to terrorize me, I'm cursing them to have pests terrorize them. The way they use animals to terrorize me, I'm cursing that animals terrorize them. Exactly, in a way that is not going to cause you and I problem. We're putting a mark on them and asking God to only send them to the wicked ones and not good people, not normal people. We're not just sending animals to the street. Okay, so don't worry about it. In that, right, the harmful animals are also killed, you know what I mean, and removed. And the animals are protected from the rapist, the molester, the filth that's also attacking them. And that I'm praying that they come out of their homes and just randomly, because I've seen it. I've seen how the energy in the city is different. It becomes so dark and nasty and demonic. And it's like this sort of feeling of PTSD. You don't want to go outside. You're so scared because all these nasty humans are around and the bad energy is around, and you're open to that spiritually. You're seeing it. You can't even ignore it. And I've noticed that they use that to cripple me. They use that to prevent me from walking on this side of the road. You know, you don't want to go there. You get me too. I've noticed that they stalk me in a way that when I want to go on the left sidewalk, they bring someone from the right sidewalk. Now, instead of just ignoring them, they like to walk right towards me as if they don't see me. Again, so they're trying to scare the hell out of you, right? That they'll put a witchcraft or something on you. And you're an assertive, strong person. You don't want to obviously move away. You get me? You just want to wait and let them pass. But if I let them pass me, witchcraft or evil will attack me. See, it's so fun for them. It's spiritual. They just attack you, but no one side. If I then, you would say, get out of the way, right? Just move. I don't want to get out of the way because I'm the strong one. Do you see what's going on? So even if we avoid these humans and demons, we good people, the strong ones, are living in avoidance and sort of fake fear. But we're supposed to live our life confident and non-avoidant and enjoying ourselves and walking every earth that God created for us. They correct the evil, the most harmful should be avoiding us. They should be avoiding us. A very filthy, perverted male like a rapist should be avoiding that city, correct? All the decent people in that shop, in that coffee shop, he should be avoiding them. Instead, he walks confidently right in there. He might just see someone by themselves in the corner, expose himself like that. Where is this fake confidence coming from? Fake dominance and fake fear. Because the consciousness is gone. They're possessed in a way, you get me, where it's like this power is entering them that's taking away their ability to be like the normal way they normally are created to be. So we're asking God to remove that, replace it with what normally was there. Their consciousness, the fact that they're weak, the fact that you're the one who's going to be like that, whatever they're replacing, we're asking God to replace it with that and take and erase this one away. Okay, so that now you can't just come outside acting like fake dominant because demons put some weird nonsense on you and possess you. No, you're going to walk this earth the fearful way you were supposed to behave. And demons are going to walk around this earth scared to death. And good people are finally going to, right, like me, have the right to go and continue to walk and not be scared. If I ignore you and just keep walking, right, you're going to walk. You're going to come behind my back and walk towards me, walk by me, talk to me, irritate. You get me? I'm not supposed to live in fear that you'll attack the person with harassment behaviors that is physical, therefore behaviors, right? Or spiritual behaviors. You're going to put witchcraft or evil on the person. I should not have to be avoidant. So you see what I'm seeing? I'm seeing every way they're controlling me, every way they're causing me to live my life in a way that God does not intend. I should walk this earth confidently, happy and calm. When an evil human sees me, a pervert sees me, they should run and take another route. Instead, they're putting witchcraft on people. They're stalking people. They're terrorizing people. These evil humans are coming out as criminals, even though you're not being stalked by humans. And you're the one avoiding them. You're the one running the other way. You're the one leaving your job. You're the one leaving your home. I'm praying in a way that now all creations are commanded to work together directly and indirectly, spiritually and physically, in every other way. And I describe my prayer in more detail that now they go through that instead of us, something that they belong in. Them running away, them being avoidant, them being scared, them being killed, them being chased, them being identified instead of us being identified, and them being seen as weak instead of them putting something on us that makes them bother us as if we're weak. As if you can insult someone like me, who could kill you. No, like that. We're just asking God to erase these supernatural powers demons are using. They're evil. That's flipping evil on us, good people, normal people, as if we're the ones who are targeted here. Well, you're the one who's supposed to run the evil one. And now birds start to come down. They start to literally, it's like they're listening to me. God showed me all of a sudden the birds, the animals, the cats, everyone is literally, it's like they're descending from the sky, and the cats, and everyone's coming out of their home. Okay, hold on. My phone is bothering me. Right? As I was saying these prayers, if you were around me, you would see that the animals were listening to me. It's like they're saying, okay, what do we need to do? And there you go. That now gave me more ideas. You get me? And I basically started to pray for them in a way that, okay, the way I know demons target them, I'm praying it gets destroyed and reversed. What else did I do? And then all of a sudden, right, I started to realize that moment that the birds just randomly started to descend from trees in the sky, and they were listening to me. Because I don't want you to think they're just listening. It's like they're saying to me, okay, we'll do it. Because I'm commanding them. And I realized, oh my God, I was just coming up with these examples based on the fact that I was terrorized by demons possessing birds and dogs and cats and humans, right? And perverts and objects and vehicles and whatever, etc. They've used almost every type of situation or living being and non-living being. I look around, I see trees. Now I start to tell trees what to do like that. And I realize, wait a minute. This is similar to Abraha, that story of elephants and birds and stones coming and killing that evil army that was attacking Prophet Muhammad. His people is not attacking the Prophet, okay? And I said to myself, oh my God, this was a supernatural ability our Prophet had. See, what I did was a prayer. I just mean he obviously had an actual ability, you get me, to actually command them. I want you to know I'm being guided to my abilities. It doesn't mean this is all I can do. No, it means I'm going to have more. This is the way I discover them. Where does it come to me, everybody? Because, for example, the Bible teaches you to command the earth. Okay, I'm not saying humans in religion, you haven't learned that you can command something, right, in the name of God. That's not what I'm talking about, goodness, because that's not a supernatural ability. It's just a prayer, And you're not God. They're not going to obey you, correct? Okay, but a prophet and someone like me, God is giving us abilities where exactly we're actually commanding them. They obey it. They actually listen. Okay, so an evil human is not going to listen to this podcast and try to do the same. Come on, they're not going to command a bird and a bird listens to him. Okay, so don't worry about it. You can't use this against people if you're evil. Um, what else? What else? What else? I need to hurry up. I don't want this to be too long. Okay, so that's how I discovered that was actually a supernatural ability our prophet had to command living and non-living creations of God to come and kill evildoers. Okay, that's his ability. But it has been turned into a story where just simply, right, God or Lord just simply sent elephants and birds and rocks to just kill people. You get me? It got diminished into something supernatural that's somewhere else. No, just as Solomon, they tell you he had a ring, right? Just as they tell you Solomon could command demons and they have to obey him in his lifetime, right? Just like, right, like that, every prophet has some ability. And for Noah, I want you guys to see all the stuff I'm telling you. Is this how you know it's true? Noah, in order to put people in the ark and some animals and pests, everybody see, you cannot take that out of the picture. What I'm going through is I'm also seeing animals and pests. How did he pick which animals, pests, and humans to put in the ark and leave the rest behind? There you go, some sort of mark. That is your evidence. They're powerful and supernatural, and they know if you're evil or good. Therefore, you cannot hang around them. You cannot be like a fake friend. You cannot be those humans they always tell you were around Prophet Muhammad, right? And they were backstabbers, or they one day corrupted the Quran, maybe. What is wrong with you? They're supernatural. That means they know your feelings and thoughts. They know if you're evil, like I know these humans are evil. And we know specific details, everyone. Like, I actually know those males committed rape. I actually know it. Okay, and another male passes by who's a pervert. I know he's just a pervert. I see another one. Okay, I see all the 10, 20, whatever levels there is out there. We can put them into levels, right? Like that. If you have such ability, right, that you all would agree with me, only God knows someone's character. If God allows the creation that are prophets to have some of that knowledge, you agree then it's easy to bring justice down when you're a prophet, correct? Because you actually know who needs to go. You know who needs to be punished. Okay, so you're gonna start to see what I just told you that I was commanding, right? You're gonna all, as human beings, start to see it happen. And then as I was praying, everyone, I started to realize that, right? Due to the time that I was being heavily stalked by demonic persecution, is when the world was going down, which is the end of 2019 when COVID started. That's when my life was under attack. And right, they stole my job, my home, everything. I had to just travel from state to state. And then I lost everything. They accused me of crime, put me in jail, accused me of being mentally ill, put me in a mental hospital. That's when I'm suffering more, when all of you are suffering. Because, right, people like me and Prophet Mahdi and Jesus are about to help you soon. So when we're being harassed more, you're all going to be harassed more. And see, it's very rational then, right? If more evil is attacking you guys, that's then how we learn how much power demons have and who's responsible for all that chaos. Because, right, we're seeing it right there when we're being followed. If our life was perfect and great, maybe we don't necessarily think about it, right? But if your life is under attack and you're running from state to state because you don't have anywhere to go, you're being harassed, right? Not from a place of fear or cowardness, but you're just moving from place to place. Now, are you not going to see what's happening in those public cities, right? Exactly, that already was having chaos around the same time as you. Okay, and that's then how you learn. So it's like God pushes you to travel when the world is under attack because you're going to be used to stop it. And it's happening actually because you're about to appear also. And for that reason, now you can learn, you know? So everything, therefore, is connected to prophets about the return when global chaos is happening and things that don't make sense, such as, right, animals and pests coming out randomly outside, harassing society. Those are demons possessing them. Okay? Those are not animals that moment. But still treat them normally, okay? It just means demons are in the body, okay? And now I started to be like, wait a minute, my Lord. And okay, I thought about it, right? Again, they terrorize me. That's how I thought of it. But then I thought of the ways, and then they terrorize humans, right? And the society overall. And now okay. And now I'm even praying more in detail like that. That's how I learned to pray. I use what I see and what I see in the world together. And I'm attacking the spiritual world, right? And I also commanded things to happen in the spiritual world where, right, demons are now going to kill each other and stuff. Okay, things are going to go very nice for us very soon. I did that prayer today. So okay, it's in the process, right? What else? So I just want you to know this is an ability or Prophet Muhammad had. It's him who was the reason or responsible for that elephant, those birds, and those rocks and other cool things that are supernatural and not possible to happen, right? Just coming out and exactly, they know who to kill. I don't mean they just came out, right? They could just kill innocent. No, they only were killing the bad people. How do you know as an elephant who to kill, correct? Then that's how you know they're obeying somebody, right? They're obeying some command. Yes, it's God who they're obeying, right? I just mean God gave the prophet an ability. I just want you to see our prophet had these cool supernatural abilities like the others, like Jesus. But okay, they just always make it seem as if just God did it. You know what I mean? As if when Jesus was raising the dead, as if God didn't do it also. You know what I mean? So it's his abilities. So then I just want you to see what I'm saying is true. Also, keyword also, because if you agree with me on that, if you say to me, hey, that's a really good idea, I can believe in that. I want you to then see why he's the only prophet versus the others way ahead of him. Just look at my words. Why is he the only one they say went to battles and wars? But they don't tell you Dhul Qarnayn and Solomon and Musa, and they don't tell you Noah. They don't tell you they went to war. See, because it's like our prophet was destroying war. He was destroying battles. He was destroying all this stuff using these supernatural things where he's commanding the actual living and non living creation to come and kill them instead. That's really cool. You know what I mean? Um, and you might be like, why did he have to deal with war and stuff? Well, other prophets don't they have to deal with evil? It means they probably all have similar abilities as prophets. You're just not gonna know every ability they have. You're just gonna hear a story, like the ark, right? That just tells you one quality they had. Okay, this other prophet you hear about, this other like that, you don't really know all their abilities. Okay, so God allows you to, He allows demons to corrupt their story. Okay, but then He still makes sure you hear an ability that necessarily the other prophet. You weren't told they also have, right? That's different than the other one. You hear that in this one, this prophet, right? In their story. So that then you see all the sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, right? All these multitude of supernatural abilities they all had, right? But if God told you Noah had the same power, right, of having that situation, where he had an ark that then Jesus had, I'm sure he had similar ability. You get me? Then you're all gonna think what? Exactly. Then the other abilities didn't exist. Okay, so it's like you're being told an ability that you didn't hear the other one had, not because necessarily they don't have the same abilities, right? They have the generic same abilities, but they're gonna obviously have different abilities that are big, because then that's how they're distinct, you know? Oh, this prophet could do this and this prophet could do that. It's like that sort of cool way where every hero has his own cool like that. Okay, but the generic, okay, they all have that. But if God was to make humans who corrupt scripture, he allows them, right, to corrupt scripture in a way that then they all have to repeat, that they all had the same abilities, then you don't know the other cool stuff that that one had that this one didn't have. So it's like you're allowed to hear distinct abilities. Okay. Um. Okay. Tired. Okay. So right, in order for these things to happen, right, look at the similarities. For Noah to know who to put in the ark, for that right, that army of elephants, birds, and rocks coming at the time of Prophet Muhammad, and they're killing evil armies, right? Which then tells you, okay, he could just do the same thing over and over and over again. He doesn't have to keep personally going into a war with. You see how dumb it is? Why would he go to battles than everybody? Okay, so that's how you know. And also the other way you know is, you get me, whether it was his ability or whether just God simply did that. Either way, wouldn't he have the choice to ask God again and again and again and again? You see, to keep doing that. And then two, you can't mock God and be like, well, he wants you to fight at some point. No, one, I just told you you're a prophet. You don't fight with people, okay? Just like you would agree Jesus wouldn't go to war with someone. Okay, I'm telling you, a prophet is like Jesus and Moses and Noah. You all agree with me. Those earlier prophets would never go to war with you. So stop dishonoring my prophet Muhammad and acting like he's some regular male like you in that mosque. He's just like Noah, okay? He doesn't need to fight with people. That God created you stronger than them. You're literally their leader, okay? In a sort of supernatural leader way. God has literally created you to lead His creation. Why would they fight with you? You have to be equal in order to fight with somebody. You have to be the same. So it's about dominance. I'm telling you, they're dominant than you, okay? In a moral way, like angels are dominant than us. They're strong and scary. Leave Prophet Muhammad alone. He was just like Noah, okay? But then two, exactly, the fact that you're a prophet, it's just that quality. It's like you're a parent of mankind. It's like you're their parent. Do parents fight with their kids? No, right? So it's like that. You wouldn't really fight with people. You were just saying, come and repent. Correct? That sort of equality of getting a sword and they get a sword and you fight each other. That belongs to just regular humans, okay? So it's not even possible for them to do it, okay? Because they don't feel that way towards you, right? They see you like kids and they're like this big parent that has to come and stop you, okay? Not in an evil, superior way, okay? Only God is great. You get me? But in the way God created His creation, like angels are obviously more powerful than us. They have, oh, like that. The prophets are like that rank also in their own level, right? Lower than angels. Okay, you're not like them. It's just the 30 something years of persecution where humans are just possessed to just show you, right, what's wrong with them, what kind of power demons have over them, like that. It's just so you learn, but this is the way God chose you to learn. Okay, anyone can portray that as if it was directed at you, therefore connecting that to them as if they were equal to you, and as if, duh, then you have to fight with them or something. No, it's fake, and God is making humans and demons do that, and it's not humans following or persecuting anybody. Okay, and that connects to an episode I already posted about Mahdi in the future, an army sinking to the ground. completely on their own when they try to come and find the people that are pledging allegiance to Mahdi. I already proved they're not looking for Mahdi goodness, right? Because I just told you these are supernatural people. It just means they're just like the ones around me right now who drive a vehicle towards me. Are they actually trying to drive a vehicle at me? No, they don't know me. Get it? God made that human do that. So then he says to me, that car, do you remember what you saw? You didn't see a normal car. You saw this heavy, like living like person on the something living was on it. And God was saying the car is possessed. Okay, so it's like that's how he wants us to learn. Is it not easy then to accuse you as if it was directed at you? If that's the way God wants us to learn something, he makes us sort of get into the situation, right, to some degree, like that. But nothing's gonna happen, okay? It just means I'm put in a situation. A car will actually be made to drive at me, or nothing's gonna happen. If I don't move, it won't do anything. You know what I'm saying? It'll just stop. But that situation is God saying when they kill people every day with cars and objects, exactly, it's not just the human who's bad and running at you with a car. Demons are possessing vehicles and objects and weapons and things that are killing you, okay? And if it's not a demon, then it's a witchcraft. It's something that will, you can tell it's like living. Feelings and thoughts will come at you like, oh, I'm gonna kill you. This actually has a feeling in it. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's not just a car. Okay? So it's just how we learn the power demons have. At some point, God wants to put us in situations that's like an experiment or something to show you what their ability is. But when you die, then they're allowed to lie about you and flip everything to the opposite. Get it? As if an actual car was driven at you. As if you actually, they're going to create a fake character that they're going to say was killed by it. Or, you okay. So Mahdi, that situation is also the same. I believe it's them who have the supernatural ability to sink people, to command animals, pests, and birds, just like Prophet Muhammad, because Prophet Muhammad told you Mahdi is similar to them, okay? So these are exactly, you don't hear about Prophet Muhammad sinking people. That's what I'm saying. At some point, God might give this prophet another ability. Okay, then that doesn't mean that Prophet Muhammad didn't have an ability also in replacement of Mahdi having the power to sink people. It just means he had one, but the corruption is exactly not letting us know. But God allows us to at least hear at least one story of every prophet, what their ability was. Noah was the ark. Moses was the ocean being split. Like that. Jesus was rising the dead. You get me? They all have something. That doesn't mean that's the only thing they had, everybody. You're not going to know everything, goodness, because corruption means I took out information. Why would you know everything? Then how did you corrupt something, correct? But when God, look at my words, allows demons to corrupt, okay, he makes them leave a story of every new prophet, right, that comes after the other one. Exactly, an ability that's supernatural, that's not the same as the one prior, even though they have many that are similar abilities. See? Because then that's how you know. Exactly, this was another cool ability this prophet had. It's just so you know that as prophets, they have different abilities that are very cool. But then they have ones that are same and generic, you see? But if God lets you hear the cool one that makes them distinct, right? That makes them distinct from each other or different than each other, right? That's then how you know all the abilities that are possible. Correct? Because if demons were made to, if they were allowed to corrupt scripture and religion in a way that they only tell you the abilities that were the same for every prophet and they take out the ones that made them distinct and different than each other, then you would think exactly that's the only thing prophets do. So you always hear, right? Every prophet had an ability that the other one didn't have. It doesn't mean they necessarily didn't have it, right? It just means that's one that's distinct and cool that one didn't have. But then that one also had another one that's distinct and cool that this one didn't have. Okay, so if Mahdi can sink human beings into the earth, that means Prophet Muhammad had an ability in just like that one, but just another ability. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, for example, in terms of my knowledge, right? I'm telling you, obviously, they all have multiple abilities. Okay, you can all agree with me. They probably have multiple abilities. But I'm saying number 3 ability for Mahdi, if it's sinking the earth, okay, then for Prophet Moses is exactly another ability. But they still have a number 3 ability. You see, it's not a 0 for him. Okay, so then that's your evidence. If Moses is telling people to get into an ark, including animals and pests, and I just told you some animals are evil and they're supposed to get killed. Okay, I'm telling you they're not all good. They're perverts and harmful. Okay, how did he know who to ask to come with him in the ark? right? How did almost all prophets know who to take with them, including our prophet? How did the army of animals and pests and if pests were involved, right, and rocks and other things that we don't know, how did they know who to kill and the innocent people to not kill and the good people to not kill? There you go. That means there's some mark. There's something that marks them. Don't be like God did it, so obviously God told them. I just told you it's their ability, okay? But then too, even if right, some of these things were God Himself, right, setting up the event and it wasn't right, like an ability. Okay. I'm saying when it's the prophet doing it, okay? I want you to just think about them. When they're doing it, when they have an ability that kills others, how do they know who to kill? Exactly, there's some mark. So that means prophets all have the power to command all creation. That means they all have that power. They're going to command the entire creation of God. You, the creation, right? Like a cat over there. You and a human over there. You don't know you were commanded by so-and-so, correct? You don't know who so-and-so is that commanded you. But you're just going to come outside, okay? And you're just going to do what the command told you to do. You're going to do the good it told you to do. Another human is going to come out. You're going to randomly be like, hey, how are you? Good. Why did you come out? I don't know. I just... like that, you're gonna just look at my words, knowingly and unknowingly, spiritually and physically, in every other way other than these two spiritual, physical ways. Just randomly, you're gonna work together to stop evil. And you don't know how you did it. You just met so and so, you saw so and so trying to kill or rape someone over there, you kill that predator. The police let you go like that. It's like you don't know, but you're being commanded and you're gonna come out and do it. The good that you were commanded to do. And obviously, they're going to command you, and I'm going to command you in a way that obviously you don't get in trouble, right? You don't have to go to prison. We're not commanding you to kill anybody. Exactly. We're commanding things, right? Like natural things, the earth itself, animals that are dangerous, powerful animals. We're commanding them to come and kill rapists and murderers. Okay, you don't have to do anything. And okay, we're commanding them to kill them in a way that humans don't then harm those innocent animals that were doing good for us, correct? Don't worry, that's what the command is for. You cannot interfere. You cannot come in and be like, well, what the hell? Police can harass that good person. No, no one's going to harass nobody. It's a supernatural command. You're not actually asking an animal to hit that. No. We're using a power God gave us to command His creation, which humans cannot do. Supernatural beings can do it. So since we're using supernatural ways of commanding, the commanding is going to work in a way where bad things don't happen to whoever we commanded to do something good. And it's going to happen in a way that no one knows it. It's covert. You're just going to find a lot of perverts just dying, okay? A lot of evil humans just dying, just disappearing. And the people they were cursing with witchcraft and disease and evil, the people they were cursing, right, to go through evil situations and rape and murder, they're going to die instead. Okay? They're going to just randomly just die. Okay? So don't worry. We're asking God to protect the command from having any problems. Okay? So I just thought of it. So you get me? Since all prophets have that ability, they just have the power to command all creations of God, right? I don't think it's angels. They can ask angels for assistance. Okay, right? The creations that God would say you can command. In this case, it would be animals, pests, humans, and this earth. Okay, the sort of earth that we live in, mankind in that sense. Okay, including demons. Okay, including their spiritual world, the places they live, their kingdom. I commanded that also to come against them, kill them. They kill each other. Bad things happen to them in that place, like that. That means, everyone, since prophets all have a basic ability to command these living and non-living creations of God, then that's your evidence. God, they just made a noise. They keep making noises and sounds so you forget what you're saying. Keep putting witchcraft in the environment, right? That means that then not only do they know who's evil and good, not only do they know when that command is operating, right, and something else is happening over there, some murder happened, okay, has nothing to do with their prayer like that, or maybe a command if it's not a prayer. One, they actually use prayer, and prayer is powerful when it comes to them because, okay, God gave them that authority. Two, they actually have the power to command in other ways that I told you. For me, I'm just discovering it. I don't have any ability other than this right now in that sense. And I'm talking about these wonderful people in the past. I'm being used to expose their abilities. Okay, when they command things, okay, it's powerful. Okay, and then they're gonna know. They're gonna know if demons maybe were allowed to retaliate or like that. Okay, and then because they all have this ability to command, See, I'm sorry. Demons are harassing me in the environment by hitting things, and every time they make a sound, they're putting witchcraft or forgetfulness on me. And do you see what I'm saying? That's how I learn. Then I curse them to forget things. I curse demons who are walking out that moment with a rapist, a murderer, a thief, some other evil human, someone who wants to steal your job, whatever. I'm cursing them to have forgetfulness enter them. They don't remember you. Like, that's literally how you learn sometimes. Not always, not all ways of prayer, right? But one style of prayer. Exactly, reverse. Reverse. Replacement. Erasal. You know, I erase sometimes what they do. Someone walks by, put witchcraft on me, right? They don't know me, right? I'm just being taught how they do that every day. And I can erase it, everybody. I don't have to break it or rebuke it. I can just erase it. Okay, like that. So that's how I learn things. I can reverse it on them. Because sometimes demons are dumping their own emotions and thoughts and witchcraft that was sent back to them. Maybe who knows, or this who knows sending it to you, or etc. Okay, let me pause this so I remember what I was gonna say. It's okay. I'll end it here because it's too long. I'm saying they all have the power to command God's creation, right? Within those sort of limits, like mankind, okay? And others that maybe God will put into the mixture that we don't get to see with our eyes. Okay, they also have the power to ask angels for assistance, and angels exactly are gonna have that quality where God will actually tell them to go do something, you know, because it's different. Angels will actually listen to a prophet in that sense. God will allow that to happen. Okay, three, they actually have supernatural abilities, right? Actual, you okay? Actual supernatural abilities, and then they actually have the supernatural ability of when they pray. It's not like a human praying; their prayer actually happens. Okay, and then okay. That mark of the beast, I believe, symbolizes, therefore, in the opposite equilibrium, right? It's possible that is corruption. It's actually possible that's corruption. It could be that, right? Prophets like Mahdi are praying, similar to what I just told you, right? I'm an example of what their abilities are. They're praying in a way where they're putting a mark on God's creation. Because I prayed that God puts a mark on his creation. I realize the problem with this world, the reason why we have injustice is because no one knows who's evil and who's good. No one knows. And demons are able to put witchcraft on you. You see a poor homeless person, right? Sometimes I was homeless, okay, but I'm a righteous person, someone you would normally love to be around, but they might put a curse on me to make you just ignore me, right? Make you look at maybe my clothes that look terrible. But wait a minute, that's a real evil human who's homeless because they came out of prison. You know what I mean? Like homeless. I don't mean poor. No, I mean like criminal. You know, they're criminals, therefore they're homeless because of that. You get that type of homeless. Okay, like that. I also see how demons manipulate situations like that, where they put curses and witchcraft and other powers we don't know on human beings to exactly make you see a good person as if they're the person you don't want to be around, that you saw over there 2 blocks away. You know, good people will always see each other and know who you are. I promise you that God is not crazy. I just mean they put curses and witchcraft and weird stuff on people. For humans, we would say who are not good, right? But the ones who are just toxic or whatever, it's like they don't get to maybe recognize you or help you or see. It's like I don't know how to explain. They're just making people forget you and ignore you. Yeah, people cannot see you as evil goodness. No, your character is always obvious to people. God is not going to do that to you. I mean, they just make people not see you. So that good person, right? Exactly, might just drive by you. When normally you're someone they would love to help. They look at that building cracking. When you're normally, right, someone they would love to help. You see what I mean? You're normally someone they would love to hire. Christians know that, right? You obviously are getting rejected from jobs because something is taking away. What do you guys call it? Favor, right? Your favor. So you always ask God for favor. Oh my Lord, favor me. When the employer interviews me, let me get the job like that. Demons are doing the opposite of that. They make people just not hire you. Okay, but why when you deserve it? Are they trying to hurt you? They don't know anything. Some evil power was put on them that just makes them not see you. They just don't see you. You just don't get the job. What do we call that, everybody? Curse. You're cursing people as a demon. Okay, and that's the other thing I also see in this persecution. There's every job I go to, every hotel, every place I go, ever since 2019, I've noticed human beings who are good people who used to work in those jobs, and then even if they're just toxic, just humans who have manners and decent and they're not evil, I've noticed everyone. They've been replaced with extremely psychopathic, extremely mentally ill human beings. I'm not saying they don't have, right, they shouldn't get a job, but there's a problem, right? If they're every single employee you see in this country in all these sort of customer facing jobs, because you're going to deal with them all day, right? Either way, you get the point. I already asked God, we don't know what to do with these evil human beings, my Lord. If we push them out of jobs they don't belong in, good people, or they stole it from these jobs, we don't know where to send them. So I asked God to resolve that for us. One thing I said was, my Lord, make them start their own businesses. That way they just have a little neighborhood. They sell their food. They get their money. They have their home. Leave us alone. You know what I mean? If you're the one who is supposed to be killed, we're cursing you with death. But I don't want them actually having jobs. You get me? Because that's going to affect you and I every day. They're going to harass us, okay? They're going to commit crime. And they don't deserve it, okay? It's a blessing. But, right, okay, like that. But are we then going to ignore the fact that then they're going to be in our street every day? Correct? God didn't tell you to make people poor just because they're evil, correct? He didn't tell you to take their home away, right? Like that. That's when we get to ask God for help, you know? The other thing he taught me is, right, something I learned from the Bible, to scatter them. Just, please, my Lord, scatter them, right? These 10 hotels you went to, all these wonderful good people are the employees. Now you really enjoy yourself as a decent and a good person. Okay, the evil ones are uncomfortable, therefore, right? Because they're outnumbered. Okay. And then one employee over there, that janitor maybe, or that customer service. Okay, maybe a bad person. Who cares? You see, you're outnumbered. You're scattered. So, okay, how did I come up with that opinion? Because persecution means I am literally placing bad people that I need to use against you in every place that I know you're going to go to. So when I go out in this country, everywhere I go, the employees are possessed. They're basically the humans, demons set there when they knew, right, God would make them follow me a little bigger, like 2019 and now, which is around the COVID's time. So it's connected to me. It's connected to Mahdi, Jesus, okay, all these people coming. It's connected to God's judgment, like that. Okay, they basically put bad people in the basic environments that you and I would have to go. You get me? Because that's their way to monitor me. That's their way to keep up with me. That's their way to terrorize me. That's their way to use this cop to harass me, to use this airline employee to harass me. Okay, when I get into the airline, all right, and now I'm harassed in the airline. I'm harassed in the seats. When I get out, I'm harassed in the lounge or lobby area of the airport. When I get outside, I'm harassed by the taxi. When I leave that Lyft or Uber or taxi, now I'm harassed in the hotel I went. Everywhere I go, someone's waiting for me, who simply has a job to do, and that job is terrorize this person, steal everything from them, and do everything you can to irritate them, psychologically torture them, gaslight them, bother them, torture them, so that they, right, you accuse them of mental illness or being a criminal. That's their job. Their job is just to accuse me of mental illness and being a criminal. So they're waiting for me everywhere I go in this entire world. It doesn't matter if I go somewhere else. Demons are putting someone already there who is waiting to be used by them. Do you guys agree with me? That is power. Whoa. That's a lot of power. Wait, how did you find all these people? Who gave them the job? That means you have power to determine which human beings employers are hiring. That means you demons have power to control who gets hired. Because, right, if the employer was being themselves, they would hire good people. They would not hire these weirdos. Humans are not crazy. They hire good people. But why are these weirdos being hired? That people would sometimes call Karen, right? They just harass you, whether they're an employee or customer. They just want to kick you out. They just want to discriminate against you. They just want to call cops on you. That's who I have to deal with, everybody. They just want to call cops on me. They just want to, for no reason, they just want to bother me. But for me, it's a little more psychopathic than the way Karens behave. Because those Karens seem funny, right? They seem like someone you can laugh. Like, leave me alone, you're crazy. I can't do that. These ones are very demonic. They act like a robot. They act dumb. They act like a zombie. They act like they don't know what you're talking about. They'll irritate you. They'll put witchcraft on you. So you can't even operate normally around them because they're attacking me spiritually. They're confusing me, brain fog, forgetfulness. They get in my personal space. They touch my hands when I'm giving them money or coins. Like that. They're perverts. Woof. Okay, so that's what the persecution is for. We see how much power as demons they have. They have the power to place billions of people in every single environment a human could ever go. And they're waiting for one person they're following. But how did you do that as a demon? How did you inspire every employer to hire these people? That means, okay, you have power over these human beings, even though they're not bad people. Some employers are good people. I mean, some of the people right in those employers who are hiring are just good people. Okay, but how? How are these ones getting the job, everybody? Sometimes they do that by making good people withdraw their application like that. They make one employee harass them, and the person gets angry and then doesn't want the job anymore. When maybe they could have been hired later on like that. It's like there's multitude of things they do, physical behaviors and spiritual attacks that allow physical behaviors to then happen, that they are able to then put wherever in this world they want. Bad people who don't belong in these jobs. And because they're not one bad person and 10 good people, right? 10 normal humans. There's 10 evil humans like that, and maybe one good person or no good person. Ooh, you better not do that again. Evil demons. I always have to command them at some point. They keep hitting their table, and it's like, it's like they expressing some fake anger, as if they're actually angry or something weak. Nah, right? So don't worry. See, they're trying to make me forget. So, right, by having like 10 evil human beings there, now they control that whole company. They control you as a customer when you come in, your experience. Okay, and now, see, I totally forgot what I was going to tell you. You're going to compensate me. One thing I've also learned is to command them to compensate me as demons when they do something really evil like this. And they have to do something that day, maybe leave a situation they normally would harass me like that. So, like that, I also would command right compensation to happen for all people they stole things from, like me. Okay, so I'm gonna finish it here, everybody, right? That's extreme power. If they have that many evil human beings in one environment, then that's how they can then control the justice you get, right? You call cops, you try to do lawsuits, you try whatever you do, you won't succeed in that sense. Because right, all these evil human beings are there, they're working together. But then the other thing that does is I'm praying, right, that they get scattered. Instead of 10 evil employees, 10 narcissistic, weird, creepy employees in that entire building when you enter that building, I'm praying that God scatters them. There's one narcissistic employee, there's 9 good people. Now this one is useless. They have no power. Because the other thing is demons get power through group. They actually have more power the more they come together. So that's why king stalking, this witchcraft. I also prayed in a way that God exposes it, that the actual government and the whole world actually finally sees with their own eyes. It's real. It's real. This is actually something that happens. People are possessed. They actually stalk somebody they don't know, no matter where that person goes. And this insanity, their body is just used like a toy. You know, they synchronize. But if you separate them, if you just make one of them stay in the building, they're useless. They're useless. Only the group, the gang, right? Gang stalking, the gang is giving them the power. So I'm praying that good people become the group and they get scattered, obviously. They get scattered. And wherever they go, they live in fear. Good and evil look at them and say, whoa. Like that, you all start to see they're very evil, they're very harmful. And that God gives you the power that, right, these evil, dark powers are basically taking away from you, right? That God brings your power back. He just created power as a God. We're just overall, right? Just human beings overall, but then good people specifically at a higher level, just simply when they see you as a bad human, right, you get scared. Do you guys agree? Okay, that sort of consciousness, that ability for you to be scared, that's gone, everybody. When there's too much demons in this world, that's gone. So there you go. That explains then how human beings have always said, but if you ask me still, that doesn't crime and lawlessness, right, increases. Criminals act completely carefree, right? You guys agree with me, right? There are times in history where evil humans actually feel very confident. It's like they're not scared anymore, right? That's because there's too many of them. And that's your evidence they're not human, they're demon. They're just being used by demons. Why does it matter that they're demon? Why does it matter they're possessed? Because exactly the demons feel confident, not the human. The human doesn't know, right? They don't know everyone in that city is evil necessarily that moment, right? They just might recognize it at some point. So the one that's feeling confident is the demon. Because they actually know they cursed mankind that year, right? And they know for the next couple of years they can come out and be crazy. And you know those YouTube videos about before Jesus arrives, they make these videos of Gog Magog, right? Coming out and right? Torturing society, eating all the food like that. That's how these humans who are gang stalkers and other human beings and other types of witchcrafts that make humans just follow someone, and specifically the one that only prophets go through that other humans will not go through. It's just God also lets you see gang stalking as a prophet. That's the one that you'll see all these complete strangers working together directly and indirectly, spiritually and physically, in every other way other than spiritually and physically, with one agenda. And they don't even know each other. Okay, and then they obviously feel confident because they start to feel, wait a minute, that other one is just like them. They don't feel scared to come there and be a demon because the other ones look creepy just like them. But the moment one good person enters the same building as me, these demons get scared. So you see, even though you would agree they can maybe curse this good person, or it doesn't matter. They can only feel confident around the people they put a witchcraft or curse on. It's just you. When you didn't have that curse on you, when you entered a building, they were scared of you. Okay, so they're weak the way you expect them to. It's just the power is giving them something that's not fair, right? Some sort of fake dominance, advantage over people. Okay, so when people who are not cursed with gang stalking, for example, enter the same building as someone that's cursed with it, like me, okay, these demons and these humans, therefore, are going to run away from the building. They can't terrorize this good person or this evil person. It doesn't matter who they are, good or bad. It's like they are scared of anyone who's not in the program. Because consciousness, they're going to be conscious that these humans are weirdos, and demons are scared that you're going to be seen as someone that this person can help. They're going to help you, maybe. Basically, they just don't want someone other than themselves in the environment with you. So they literally are terrorizing people. You get me? They're treating God's creation like some toy. They just terrorize and sit around you in a circle. So anyone who's not cursed with that evil power to attack you, as long as they enter the building, all those demons and humans get scared. Even though this person technically can't save you. You get me? Because it's just like a bully psychology. They only feel confident to attack those that they have power to attack that moment using dark powers. You could be the most powerful, most assertive, great person, righteous, powerful warrior on earth. It's not about dominance. Okay, it's about dark power. You need to pray to God to remove it. The weakest humans are possessed to come and bother you and try to touch you. It's not about dominance. It's fake. So not only is it not about dominance when it comes to prophets, it's not about dominance when it comes to you good people. When you're harassed and you're saying to yourself, but I'm not a weak person. Why would a pervert try to bother me and try to touch me? Exactly. They don't see you. They're blind. It's not a human. And that doesn't mean the demons are not scared. You know, the demons are blind. They put something on themselves, and the ones coming to this world don't see how powerful you are. They're blind. So that's why when God delivers you, right, He frees you, He takes away their ability, their power, that witchcraft, etc. That's where then you see humans' consciousness. You see someone, oh, excuse me, right, that consciousness. They actually look at you, their eyes get big, and right as evil human beings. Just a few years ago, when I saw a perverted male, look at my words, everyone, they would physically run away. I didn't do anything. I'm just walking. They would actually run away because they scared of me. But now they're blind, and they just walk around. The most evil behavior comes out of them. So I'm asking God, you see how rational that is, to take them not only back to the way that they're supposed to be. That's the reality, not this one. But that God does that for everybody who's a good person, that these powers are put on them. Someone is cursing them. And this situation where humans who are supposed to be scared of you are acting as if they're not, because they don't know you. Something is put on them. I'm asking God to put them where they belong and take us to where we belong, and we finally start to have the dominance we have over evil, because good is dominant. And that they run away from us and avoid us and attack each other instead, you know? And that finally, whatever took away their consciousness is destroyed by God. Let them see us for who we are and let them run away from us, demons and humans, animals and pests. We are not weak people. Make them leave us alone, you know? And then we come together as good people. We finally start to see each other in jobs. The same way demons will intentionally possess someone to interview me, even though someone else was supposed to interview me. See how evil their power is. They're able to choose who they want in order to steal something from you, right? Like a blessing. They can bring someone they have power over, right? A bad person they're possessing. They're going to make them interview you. You cannot prevent it. You're cursed. Even no matter what, even if you're like, I'll have the interview with you another day, it's that same human who'll come back. you're trying to avoid them. You know, right? They're gonna work against you. Okay, maybe they get replaced. Another one that's just like, where are they having the ability to take away human free will? Because that's not how God created things, right? You normally would meet who you're normally supposed to meet. Even if they were evil, you would get hired. They're controlling our destiny that way, our blessing, our blessings, and what we get by choosing for us who gets to interact with us. Okay, but how do they push away the good people and the ones who would just hire us if they were evil? They confuse them, they distract them, they make them interview someone else. Someone else randomly applies to that job. They all just make the maid go and interview that person, but that person doesn't even want the job. They're fake, they're just a distraction. Okay, or they'll actually take your job like that. That's how they steal from us. So see, I observed how they did that to me for years, and I just asked God to do the reverse. Push away, confuse and distract and kill and get rid of the wicked ones. Let the good one interview me. Let them, there you go, recognize me. They can't recognize me anymore. Some evil is put on their eyes. Let them recognize me and hire me. And then, okay, now when the job sabotage starts, right? So prevent rejection and harassment from us, my Lord, right? By reversing, right? Erasing and destroying all these ways demons attack us. And you put in the exact opposite. I describe it, obviously. I'm just being really quick with you guys. Okay, well, the person got the job, right? Because the first stage of attack was destroyed. When you're looking for a job, right, they hide from us where the job is. You go to Indeed, you don't see it. They're hiding your job. God taught me they're hiding our jobs from us for months and years. It's there. If you actually clicked on it, you would get hired. You see what I'm saying? So I learned every way they attack us. It's delayment, it's harassment, it's hiding something from us, it's replacing it with something else, it's erasing it, and then it's a distraction. And then when you actually are about to get it, it's rejection. Well, if you get it, then it's sabotage. If it's not sabotage, then what the hell? Like, how many different levels do you have to attack someone's life, in every category of their life? So you see, everybody, every single one of those categories, the way they do it, I'm asking God to reverse it, the exact complete opposite equilibrium, the moral way, right? That things would be that they don't get to attack you at the beginning when you're looking for a job. You actually find it, because all those ways they would, like I describe it, it's not possible. And then when you actually get the job, rejection doesn't happen, because what they would use to reject you is always a human, okay, or automated machine. We're asking God exactly to let the destiny helpers, the people who are supposed to give you a job, find you instead. Okay, now when they're interviewing with you, we ask God to let them see who we are and hire us. Okay, when we got the job, we're asking God that they don't leave that job because they just randomly want to go to another company. They get a promotion. See, they separate us from each other. They separate us from each other. Good people and bad people, but decent, If we're separated, right, from decent humans and good people, then we get bullied, okay? We get isolated and they can take anything away. But if those people don't quit, if those good people don't leave, if you all leave together, if you have to leave, you become friends, you become social friends. I said that many times. We don't become friends with colleagues that we would normally be friends with. We would go out and have a coffee together, right? But we don't. And the creepy, narcissistic, weird human beings, right, who like to act obsessive over good people and empathetic people, they're the ones who like to always enter our life. I'm asking God to replace them with the people they're stealing from us, their spot. Those good people, and they're right there. They're not in some other country. They're right there in that same company with us. We just don't find each other. Maybe they're in the next floor, and you're in the floor 3 floors down. We just don't see each other, everybody. They blind us. So every way that I know they do it, in the ways that only God knows that I don't know, I specify it, I explain it, and I ask God to just give us the reverse. Okay, right? We see each other, we stay together. Now you cannot bully, you cannot sabotage my job through harassment, bullying, accusation. Okay, and we stayed together for a long time now. Our employer is good to go. And I am also commanding, look at my word, I'm commanding employers to drop these wicked humans that, one, specifically, ever since 2019 started to take all jobs from us. All good people are being replaced with wicked humans who have agendas for demons. Two, for them to recognize these humans. Three, for them to recognize what's going on. Obviously, have a little more awakening. Three, for them to recognize good people. Four, when good people look for jobs, that they find us, these jobs find us, these postings find us, we find it. The employer finds us, the employer picks us, and then now the employer makes sure we're commanding them to hire us and give us what was supposed to be given to us, and not hire these human beings. We're commanding employers to find us. Look at my word. What you might say to me, how can they find you? They don't know you. Because it's spiritual. It's supernatural. It's like a curse. A curse says you will never find that person. See, and you actually will not like that. So we're doing the opposite. We're commanding employers to find us. Instead of us looking for them all day, you find me. You know what I mean? Instead of saying, "Oh my Lord, I beg you that my destiny helpers help me." No, 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 no. Command them to find you. So again, for me, when I command it, it's different, right? I'm just saying. And there you go. I ask God to protect us from retaliation, resistance, delayment, sabotage, and right, all the things that then they do, even though the prayer worked, to retaliate. You get me? Delay, confuse, distract. And all the other ways that we don't even know, like that. So I'm commanding employers to finally, right, hire these good people and recognize them. I don't just say hire them, right? They try. It just means they're getting attacked and retaliated against, right? Bad ones are applying to the job. So I'm asking God to open their eyes. I'm commanding the employer to recognize them. Okay, but see, I can't keep commanding God's creation. They're not the ones responsible for these abilities. They can't just make themselves do something. That's mocking God, right? Always when I was doing the prayer, I first started by asking God to bring down the powers, keyword, or look at my words, the powers that exactly every prayer I made would actually make those prayers happen. Whatever powers God needs to give mankind, specifically the good ones, right? To help us against all evil, right? Whatever is trying to do, steal our blessings or do filth and evil in the world, right? Like that, whatever the problem is or whatever the evil is, whatever power, right, God created that would normally help that happen, we ask God to first bring that down, please. And then, since He already brought it down, it entered mankind, entered every creation, every species, right, every place. And we also put it into the past, present, and future. I also pray in a way that I apply the past and the present to the prayer, not just, you get me, not just the future. I also apply the past to it because we need to erase some evil from the past. Okay, I also prayed in a way that human beings I'm commanding them to dig up information without knowing. Again, it's a command that they don't understand. They'll just be made to do it. So one, right, I'm praying that God brings down the power, which is like the ability, right, for His creation to obey these prayers. And then I'm commanding the creation to then do these things that for example, I told you some examples. Now, do you see they're going to be able to do it? Now, Muslims will really segregate. Now, employees will really find you a good person who needs a job that was struggling, right? You get me? Now, you see good things will happen that we're praying for because we ask God to bring down the power or the ability, right? The power or the ability that would normally allow you, creations, right? Living and non living, to actually fulfill what I'm commanding you to do. You need the power first, you need the ability. Okay, something's attacking your ability. Okay, and there you go. Then I command you. Now you're going to obey the command. Okay, but then the other one I made was prophets. Okay, their honor, right? Their honor is restored in that sense. They always have their honor, right? But the honor is restored in this physical world where, and yes, in the spiritual world and all other places that, one, demons themselves attack each other in a way where they expose the truth. Two, exactly, we're commanding human beings to work together in a way, right, knowingly and unknowingly, to find and dig up information that will bring back the greatness of Prophet Muhammad and prior prophets. See, because that knowledge is somewhere. There's some book somewhere. There's something hidden somewhere. There's some treasure. There's just something. Whatever we can find, right, that would make humans be like, oh my God, someone discovered something about Prophet Muhammad or Jesus or Moses, and now the lies are stopped, right, including the scriptures and like that. I'm commanding humans to work together to bring out this knowledge, the humans who could access this knowledge, wherever you are, archaeologists, etc., historians, right? The religious preachers, we're cursing those ones who are evil to expose it. So we're commanding them also. But see, we're cursing them because they're different. They don't obey good, right? Like that. And now you're going to start to see whatever I gave you examples of in this prayer, everybody, right? So just a lot of truth coming out about prophets, and you're going to finally see their honor and the stories that was stolen from them, who they really were, right? The good information that was stolen from them. See, you guys might be like, why am I repeating myself? It's because I'm being attacked with witchcraft. So I have to keep repeating what I'm telling you so I don't forget what I'm saying. They keep harassing me. Right? And it's so easy for them. They're just making sounds all day and then that's all they do. And I forget. They put a witchcraft on me. So see, this is what demonic persecution is. We get to see possessed humans all day. So we see the power demons use through them is so manipulative. Who the hell knows you just cursed somebody, right? Well, that's insanity. So that's why the prophets have to be supernatural, because the attack is so evil and it's so unfair. You can't deal with it as a human race. Like, how can you stop someone from coughing and clearing their throat, which is something they do in gang stalking, and they just put a witchcraft on you? That's insane. How many times are you going to rebuke that? Right? Okay. So that's why prophets have to come here who know how to deal with this stuff. Right? Someone like me who has this knowledge has to pray for you like this. Okay. And then prophets will take it from there. But right, you wouldn't normally have this knowledge. You have to be spiritually awakened by God. Okay, so I'm also praying that you humans realize that coughing, that clearing in the throat, that slam on the table, and sometimes if you look at the human being, they didn't do it in a boom. No, they look normal. They look fake gentle. Fake gentle, okay? But see, I know that was harassment because when it comes to me, when that sound is made, I see it for what it really was. Like that. So I'm praying that you all have the awakening as a human race to see demons are all around you. Okay, they're literally here. They're possessing all these wicked humans, and everything they do, normal behavior to evil behavior, is not only attacking you spiritually, but physically. And they're connected and they're working together, and you don't know that. They look like customers. They're not customers. Some of them you should be asking yourself, why are they not in their jobs, right? Why are they sitting at a library all day or a store all day or a mall all day? Like someone like me who travels, I just stay in these public places during the day. It's like that. They're not human. They just literally working for demons all day. And a lot of them got fired from their jobs, get it? Because of the evil they do, you know? So that's why I also pray to God that He finds a way to get rid of them, you know, in a way that it doesn't affect us. They don't stand in the streets all day, you know, causing more homelessness, you know? And again, it's not even going to be a big deal. 90 something percent of them need to be killed by God, okay? So kill them, my Lord. So, right? I prayed that I commanded and cursed the creation accordingly. I don't curse good people, right? To dig up all the history and all the knowledge and all the information right now that's in this earth. Look at my words, earth, right? Some things are in this earth. You just can't see it. I commanded them to find it. That would expose the greatness of Prophet Muhammad, his true identity, his true supernatural abilities, his story, and other prophets and righteous people, and just history overall, and other great things. I'm commanding you to dig it up. So you're gonna randomly see people sharing news and stories about Prophet Muhammad and what they've discovered about him. Like that, people are gonna expose the lies off of him. They're gonna tell you, oh, this was a lie, like that. That's because that's how I'm being made to pray. So that's my supernatural abilities. And it's the same supernatural abilities of all prophets, including Prophet Muhammad. And they had other, bigger, actual, real deal, scary, powerful abilities. And there you go. It's not here. It's hidden. It's erased. So we're cursing and commanding the all creations of God to expose it. Even if a dog has to bark and bark and bark, and people say, "What? What's going on?" And they follow the dog and they dig up that little ground, and now they see some great thing. And write some object or something or book or something, and now you know who Prophet Muhammad was. It teaches you who he was. And you might be like, why am I focusing on him a little more? Because this prophet has actually gone through a lot of hell because no one sees him as supernatural and powerful and great like the others. He's had a lot of his history erased and destroyed. You know what I mean? And again, that's not just him. Elias, Alyasa, and other sort of prophets like Elijah, you don't all hear about their abilities either. It's like the further down we go down in history, right, as you would assume, we don't really have knowledge about those prophets. Yes, but I guarantee you there's some ability or some greatness humans will attribute to all of them, but not our Prophet Muhammad. And I don't want you to think God did something different, right? Like He gave demons a unique power to attack his real story. No, when it was Elijah's time, right? When it was his time, he's no longer here, right? God took him up, etc. They don't die normally. I believe they all ascend to heaven. Okay, it's like after Elijah's time, right? Or Elias, it's like now a few right centuries or decades later, people also don't know anything about them. It's like that. It's like basically no one knows anything about you. You are the one being attacked now, right, in your identity, as long as it's like your lifetime. Okay, but when another prophet comes like Mahdi and exposes everything about you, okay, now you get to have your glory like that. But then Mahdi might have everything stolen from them. You all might not know who they were. It's like that. It's a cycle. Okay. So since all those prophets, right, a prophet was sent after them, up to we would say Jesus, right? That's how we know something about all of them. Exactly, because that Bible Jesus had, right, that Torah tells you something about, okay, so you see what's going on. Prophet Muhammad came after Jesus, so now he's the one being attacked. So we need something to help expose what lies were said about him, right? Expose his greatness, who he really was, his great story, his blessings, his supernatural abilities. Um, okay, and okay, Mahdi will do that. You see, someone like me will do that. It's like that. It's like someone has to come after you to expose the way you were hidden from this world, your greatness, and the way you were accused of the opposite of who you are, right? So what I'm saying is the world is going to end after Mahdi, but if it was to continue, right, 20 more prophets in the future, then that means Prophet Muhammad, then one day in that, when those prophets way in the future, right, it would have then meant that Prophet Muhammad would have had his story being very obvious to everybody. Everybody would have known him and how great he was way in the future. You get me? Because it got exposed and it's like that. And then the ones after him would have then been suffering the way he's suffering now. No one knows anything about him. Okay, so God didn't do anything unique to him. It just means every prophet goes through that until someone exposes the truth about you. So you agree that in order for God to stop the cycle, you would agree Mahdi has to be the last prophet in the sense that, or if it's not him, right, just whoever's the last prophet, you would agree that God has to take away the power of demons to lie about you. You get me? Because who's gonna keep exposing, right, those lies then, right? So it has to stop. It has to stop with whoever's the last prophet. No one is gonna lie about them and the world will end. See how rational that is? Okay, take care of yourself.